Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hi,
Hi. Hello, Estefania. Welcome.
thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine, you?
I'm fine too, thanks. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here and for accepting the interview.
Yeah,
It's an honor to talk to you and to find out more about your experience abroad. So, yeah, I'm glad we did this.
thank you.
And so, can you hear me well? Can you see me? Everything's fine?
Yeah, everything's okay.
Okay, perfect. So people are joining already, very on time. So perfect. I would like to introduce you. So you are Stefania, and we talked about per email your au pair experience abroad, and I found your story quite interesting. So I would like to talk to you about your experience, and maybe we can also answer some questions that we received during these past few days.
All right.
So, I'd like to ask you something about yourself. So, can you introduce yourself, telling where you're from, how old are you, a little bit about
Okay.
yourself?
I'm from Spain, and at the moment I'm 23 years old. I started being an au pair when I was 20, and at the moment I'm an au pair too, but in London. And the
Yeah.
first experience I had was in China.
Okay, okay. So you had two experiences, not one, not just one. So it makes everything even more interesting.
Yeah.
And so the first question I would like to ask you is, how come did you become an au pair? How did you get to know the program?
So I finished high school, and at the moment I didn't know where I want to study. So someone told me like, oh, maybe you can become an au pair. And I was like, oh, what's that? So I searched it on Google. I found that it was okay. So I was like, okay, let's.
Okay.
So I made a
So
profile
just
and yeah.
And your first experience was in China, but did you already know that you wanted to go there, or was like
Yeah,
chance?
I knew I wanted to go to Asia or just UK, but I found it was better Asia because I was really interested in the culture and everything.
Okay, and so you went all the way to China.
Yeah,
And was that your first time abroad?
yeah, it was really
Okay,
crazy.
okay, well, I imagine. I mean, first time abroad, you go directly to China, it's another universe. So that was very brave. Okay, and well, how did the research go? I know that one question that we received was, where did you find your family? It was a question from Giza THM22.
Mhm.
So would you like to tell something about that? Where did you find the family and how especially?
Yeah, so I made a profile in opera.com, and there were many, many families from China. It was quite easy because they already talk to you, even if you don't. They contact you first, and it was really easy. I think I found the family in 2 weeks, and
Wow.
yeah, and then I prepared everything in a month, and then it was really quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were the families contacting you, for example, because you had some special settings in your profile? Did you write down your Chinese language knowledge? How was it?
I didn't
How
know
was your
Chinese at
profile?
all.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I wrote down about myself. I didn't really have experience with kids or anything, but they like me, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah.
And concerning that, which kind of advice would you give concerning the profile? Would you
Um,
suggest especially?
Tell the truth, like don't lie because they will know once you are there, and maybe they won't like you once you are there, and they will tell you to go back, and that's not good. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, tell the truth. If you have experience, that's good. If not, maybe they don't mind. Um,
Mm.
And yeah, I would say if you want to go to another country like China in Asia, just learn a little bit of the language because it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And in fact, I would like just to jump in one of the questions we received from Big Sim. She said, if I don't speak nor understand any Chinese, would I have a hard time adapting?
Um, a little bit. I didn't really have many problems, but yeah, because in my case, my host parents, they didn't know English at all. So I had to
Hmm.
talk to them by translator. And oh, sorry, dogs.
Oh, no.
Okay. And sometimes the translator didn't really tell what they wanted to say, and it was difficult to understand. But yeah, you need to learn a little bit the language.
Yeah, yeah, of
But
course. And did you?
China, they pay you for your Chinese lessons, but still, if you don't know anything at the beginning, it's gonna be quite hard.
Yeah, so the first advice would be try to learn the language a little bit
Yes,
before starting the experience.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. And well, before leaving to China, which is of course very different from where you come from, talking about Europe, what were your fears and doubts before going?
Um, I really didn't have any fear, just the language, because I knew it would be a problem because not many people in China speak English. So yeah, but I didn't really have any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I would like to read you this message from Boy Stratford who says, Estefía, acércate al Wi-Fi o algo que te congelas.
Yeah, but
I can see you and hear you. I don't know if you guys can hear everything, but I don't have this problem, so I don't know if it depends on us
yeah,
or.
Wi-Fi is downstairs, so
Ah, okay. Well, I think we can go on with this. I can hear you well, so okay. Just in case, I will let you know.
okay.
Okay, cool. So basically, when did your stay in China start?
I started in November 2018, and I was there for 6 months, and I came back to my country on May 2019.
Okay, and how was the visa process? Of course, you needed a visa
Yeah.
to go to China. How was that?
Usually the families want you to stay at least 6 months. So for 6 months you need like a student visa.
Hmm.
And the visa it was quite easy because they pay the Chinese lessons, so they had to send you like the school's letter. Then once you get it, you can send it to get the visa to the embassy, and it was easy. It's a little bit expensive, but
Yeah,
yeah, but it was quite easy.
quite easy. Did it take you a long time to receive all the documents?
I wait for maybe 10 days to get the letter from China. And then when I sent everything to the embassy in Madrid, I had to wait for 2 weeks.
Okay, so it was not a long time.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Okay. And how was the family? So were you working for a single parent or were both parents there? How many kids do they have?
They were both parents, but the dad sometimes was traveling a lot for work.
Mhm.
It was just one kid. She was 6 years old, and in China, it's more like to teach them English, like
Mm.
like maybe in London. Um, it was really good. Was good. Was bring me to many places, and the kid was really easy too. So yeah.
Okay, nice. And when you arrived, did the host kid accept you right away, or it took him a long time to adapt
Yeah,
to your?
it was good because before going, I video called them like twice or 3 times, so it was easier for the kid. And yeah, when I arrived, like I think I arrived on Tuesday, and the weekend, she already was like good with me. She wasn't shy anymore. She was playing with me, so I think it was quite fast. Like that to me.
Okay. Okay. And how is also your relationship with the host parents in China?
It was good, but as I said, the language was quite hard. So the kid had to translate, but she didn't speak English at the beginning. So
Mm. Wow.
yeah,
I can imagine it was really hard without knowing the language.
yeah,
Yeah, but you made it, so that's a good
yeah,
thing. And you're working right now in the UK as an au pair as well, right?
yes.
And well, what would you say are the most striking differences between these two experiences?
First of all, it's like in China, it was more to teach English. Here, more like babysitting. Because here I am taking care of a 2 year old, so it's quite different the age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's that, and because in China they were at school like almost all day. Here it's not like that. Here it's more like they have like 6 hours and then they have activities. But there they had school almost all day, activities on the weekend, and it was too tired for the kids there.
Yeah, I imagine. And how long have you been working in the UK?
Um, Almost 2 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you, I guess you liked the whole au pair experience so far, otherwise you wouldn't be doing that again, right?
yeah, and I'm used to the family now. The baby is really good. So
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And of course, this time you don't have any problem with the language. So
no,
maybe it's also easier.
no, I even my knowledge of English is better now. So
Yeah.
that's it.
And how is your Chinese? Are you doing any courses?
No, but I still have the books they gave me when I was there, and I bought some more when I was in the country. And I'm still studying, but now it's difficult because I don't have a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm still trying to learn.
That's a good thing. At least you have something, in your memory, and it's always good to learn a new language. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to ask you like my favorite questions, question of the interviews is that if you had any cultural shock when you were in China, but also when you were in the UK, did you find something very weird or strange?
Not weird, but it was just the school time. It was so that was shocking because in Spain it's just 6 hours and then you are free to go home. But there they had school I think from 7:30 until 5 p.m. And then when they came back they had to do homework and it was almost like 2 hours and then homework like English homework from the academy. So I felt really bad for the kids because they didn't really have time.
Mm,
Yeah, and I think I didn't really have many culture shocks. Yeah, but
okay, well,
yeah,
considering the difference.
just the times for lunch,
Mm,
dinner is really different from Spain.
yeah, of course. In Spain, you usually eat very late in the evening, as far as I know. So.
I have dinner at 5 p.m.
Yeah, so it's a bit different even from the UK, I mean,
Yeah.
from everywhere. Okay, and I would like to ask you something else. Is there something that you didn't like about these two experiences you had?
In China, I didn't like the because of the language. The family they bring me to many places, but they didn't tell me where. They were like,
Oh,
we are going out, but they didn't tell me anything, so I didn't know where we were going. And I was just sitting on the car, and I was like, okay, I don't know where.
surprise.
Yeah. And sometimes once we went to a spa or something, and we stayed the night, and I didn't know it. So I was like, okay.
Wow, so the language barrier was a big deal indeed for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, but you were
yeah,
really brave to go and just experience everything, so I find that kind of unique.
yeah. But it's really good, so I will advise people to just go and do it.
That's good. And of course, you've been collecting lots of experiences right now. And what kind of competencies do you think you may use for your future job search? Do you think that your experience is useful overall for your CV?
Yeah, I think that because not just for the work, but you grow up like a person when you are in another country, you need to adapt yourself there. And I think that helps with a job in the future. And if you want to work with kids, like teachers or something, it's really useful because
Yeah, yeah,
you know how to do it.
yeah, I agree. I would like to jump in now to some questions that we received that I found quite interesting. For example, Boy Stratford again asked something about your stay in China because you have a YouTube channel. So I know you have this channel, and you told in this channel basically you told about your experiences. And there is a one question about an episode where that you had in China.
Yeah. Okay.
I know you know what I'm talking about. Is there something you would like to tell about this?
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Um. Okay. So when after 3 months in China, something happened. Like I didn't have any idea why. But I guess it was because some people goes to China without a working visa. Uh,
Mm.
so they go with a student visa to work as an English teacher, and that's illegal. Of course, you need a visa. So because being an au pair is not, it's like in the limbo. Some police they don't know. So yeah, they came to the house and they were asking me if I was like doing that, and I like, no, I'm not an English teacher. I'm doing this. So after some hours, they let me go back home, but I was quite shocked because I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything illegal. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but you must have felt
yeah,
really scared.
yeah. They talked with the host parents, and everything was good at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a very important thing to say because sometimes, the au pair program is something that's decided by law, that's defined. So it's very important to respect the rules and leave the host country with all the right documents. For example, also talking about the UK, after Brexit, it's illegal to go as a tourist. So we'll never get tired of repeating that because sometimes you just try to go with the easiest way, which is also illegal. So that's of course very dangerous. And of course, in your experience, everything ended well. You had all your documents, but still, it's very important to mention it also to prevent future
yeah.
problems. Yeah. And I have another questions from one of our users. Mio Tan, sorry for the pronunciation, asks if you know if China is open for new au pairs.
I think that yeah, when I went 2 years, no, more 2 years ago, almost, it was something that it was like really popular at the moment. Like many families were on the page. And when I was there, I met 3 other au pairs or four.
Hmm.
So I think it's quite popular now, and yeah, I think they are open for that.
Yeah, that's a very important point. And I have another question from Silmi Sabilla, who asked how to join au pair and what benefit can we get from joining it.
Um, just make a profile on the website. Like write down your information. Um, you can set the location where you want to go. I don't really remember how to do it because I didn't use Face in 2 years, but um, then you can search the families. If you see one that you like, just talk to them, or I think you can like them or something.
Yeah,
Okay. Or maybe you can wait for them to talk to you because like many families do that. And I don't know, I just advise you to do it. You are thinking about it, it's a really good experience. Um, one more. I think that's all.
Yeah,
What was
yeah,
the
I
other
think you
question?
summarized. No, you answered perfectly. So that's the summary. We received another question live. So Tired Walker asks, what about if you want to finish your studies there? Can the family help you with the staying papers? That's a very good question, actually.
Um, I don't really know. I think it depends of the country. In China, I don't know, but in UK, I think it's gonna be easier. Europe gonna be because it's
Yeah, yeah, of course, the visa, when the visa is involved, it's always a bit more complicated. So
yeah,
the first thing to
yeah.
do
Because
is to ask the embassy.
if you wanna go to uni in China, you need a visa. I think a student, but for a year.
Mm,
There are two
yeah.
types. Like if you wanna study like Chinese lessons, it's 6 months. If you wanna study in university, it's 1 year. So it's different, and I know that one is quite difficult to get. So
Hmm. Yeah, but they always check the embassy website. That's the first thing that people have to check in order to find this kind of
yeah.
information. I would like to ask you something more about your experience. The first question would be, what advice would you like to give to future au pairs if they want to go to China or the UK or wherever in the world?
Well, first of all, the language, like learn at least a little bit. If you wanna go to China, where just do it because it's a really good experience. Maybe it could be bad, but I think it's not usually. Like I know people and they have really good experiences. If you want to go to China, but not really sure, you the what um like some companies if you don't
Mm-hmm.
start the family, they can start the family for you, and you know that you are safe. The family
Yeah.
pays that money, so you don't need to pay anything. So it's gonna be easier for you. And yeah,
Okay. And is there something that you wish somebody would have told you before leaving and for the au pair stay?
yeah, because it was my first time, I didn't really know anything. So the thing is, if the family tells you to do something and you think you don't want to do it, just talk to them about it. Don't just do it because they say so. If you're not comfortable, then just let them know and have a good conversation and find a solution about it. Because
Yeah.
I know many people just do everything they say, and at the end, they end having a bad experience. And yeah,
Was it easy for you to communicate with the families?
well, with the translator.
The translator, of course,
But
but was it difficult to deal with certain topics, for
yeah,
example?
that was good. Like the 3 months before I was easier because the kid knew more English, so
Mm,
it was better.
okay.
And
Yeah. Yeah. And well, I have some other questions. One I found really interesting is if you have a favorite moment of your au pair stay overall, the most memorable moment you lived as an au pair.
I didn't have many when I was in China. One of them is the Chinese New Year. We went to their hometown, and it was really cold. But it was really good because the Chinese New Year is something you should experience once in your life. And being with Chinese people that knew how to do it and everything was really good. I have another one when I we went to Shanghai and we went to Disneyland, and it was my first time in Disneyland. So I was really happy there. I really loved Shanghai. And just another one is just being with the kid and at the park. It was
Yeah.
we did that when they had like holiday. Good.
Are you still in contact with them?
Yeah, but because the time zone, we can't
Yeah.
really talk a lot. But yeah, sometimes we talk, and the kid was like, "Oh, when are you coming back?"
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Maybe after the pandemic, you will be able to travel again and to
yeah,
visit them.
yeah.
Yeah. Is there something like a precise part of China that you would suggest to visit or to live in as an au pair?
I think Shanghai is really good. I lived in Beijing and I really like it, but I think Shanghai is smaller. I don't really know.
Mm,
And it's easier, but I think it's a little bit more expensive. Beijing is really good too, so Beijing or
yeah.
Shanghai.
And now you are in London, right? How do you find the city?
If I compare it to Beijing, it's not that good. I
Oh,
like London, but it's not like I can see myself living here in the future.
mm.
When it was Beijing, Shanghai, I like to live there for a bit, maybe.
Okay, so you would consider living there maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very cool thing. And yeah, well, I have one last question, unless we have some others coming from the comments, but I don't think so. If you want to ask something to Estefania, of course, you can type it and she will answer. For the moment, no, but my last question would be, would you do it again?
In China or
Or
in
in general?
yeah, I was actually before coming here, I was going back to China, but I changed my mind.
No, okay, what happened?
I don't know. I think I wanted to be near my home because China was too far away. And yeah, I can go to my well before the I could go to
Yeah,
every 6 months maybe.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of understandable. After a long time in China, maybe you want to stay a bit closer.
yeah, I was quite homesick the last 2 weeks.
Mm.
I really wanted to go, but at the same time, I wanted to stay. So,
And how did you deal with your homesickness?
I think it was easy because every day my mom called me. So,
So, okay.
uh, mom is she needs to call me every day, even if we are closer, she needs to call me every day.
Yeah.
Um, help. But still, the last 2 weeks, it was like I really want to go home. I've been months, and in my life, it was more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I really wanted to stay too at the same time. So
Yeah. Yeah, wow. It sounds like a very good experience overall. So I'm glad we talked about this also because not many au pairs that we had interviewed went to China. So that's always a plus. And yeah, I think we don't have any more questions from the public, the audience. So yeah, I want to thank you again for being here. The live interview will be saved on our profile and will be shared on our YouTube channel. So you can find it all the time. In case you have any questions left for Stefania, you can always type in the comment and we'll yeah, get in touch with her, of course, if she wants
yeah,
to answer those questions. And yes, I wish you all the best for your stay in London.
thank you.
And yeah, so you can visit her profile if you want, her YouTube channel as well. And yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah,
Thanks. Have a nice day then.
you too. Thank you. Bye.